Hi everyone. Bharti, you're on mute, my dear.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this lovely, amazing show, The Integrated Life. This is Bharti Nayak and Sagar Amlani. We are here back on Tuesday, 9 p.m., with one more episode of The Integrated Life. And the life has been completely full of hustle bustle with Diwali, post Diwali, wedding seasons, and so much more that we focused more on how to be integrated with all the areas of our life. And that is where we are here today. So, we are going to talk about tea, but I will tell you in a while what tea stands for. Over to you, Sagar.
Lovely, Bharti. We have been amazing on the ride, and I had an experience also to be in London for last 3 weeks, where I had actually got an opportunity to give talks to approximately 600 people, and talking about how to build a productive mindset, how to, how students can gain out of experiences, and how experiences can actually give them expertise in something, how experience can help you basically to enhance your passion or discover your passion, and so many such other things that are already available by using your experience and skills. Now coming back to what we have discussed when I was in London was the episode that we talked about scheduling, which was S. Now, I'm sure you all remember how important it is to schedule, but how very important it is also to be productive and proactive while scheduling. Because if you schedule something very tight, or if you schedule something which is very, very, uptight, using every single minute because you've been hearing about time management, you end up being stressed, you end up being burnout. But at the same time, if you schedule, giving a little space as a buffer between every task that you do, and identify only 3 to 4 big tasks throughout the day that you really want to complete, you actually achieve a lot of tasks in a very, very productive way. That leads to nothing but sense of fulfillment, happiness, and gratitude. And that's exactly what we're talking about, the integrated life. I'm sure you would have watched that episode. If not, you can always go onto the website, which is www.theintegratedlife.co.in, to watch all the amazing episodes. We have been doing this for last 3 months, every Tuesday, of course, with a gap of 1 or 2 Tuesdays based on the life commitment that asks us, or based on some kind of other commitments that professional pressure asks us to do. And that's how we've been integrating our life with all of you out there, and sharing our experiences of how to live an integrated life. And if you have missed any episodes, or if we have not been able to come over episodes, it's okay. That's what life is all about. It's not about being robotic, that you have to be there, you have to do that. Sometimes family requires more time. What you do, you give it more time, and that's integrated life all about. So that's the beauty that we are teaching you, that while you need to be committed, while you need to be consistent, but you also need to be compassionate enough for yourself and the people around you, because that completes you in totality. Just by giving consistency, just by giving commitment, if you are not compassionate enough, you are actually burning yourself out, which will not lead to something that you want, which is happiness and peace of mind. So, balancing all that and integrating the work and life is the beauty that we are sharing with you from last 3 months. We still have a few more episodes. To be specific, we still have another 6 episodes, if I'm correct, because we are on the 20th episode today. So, 6 more episodes to go, and we have an amazing guest telling us hi right from LinkedIn. Thank you very much from LinkedIn, and thank you very much for joining us. We have one more person joining us from Facebook and one more from YouTube. I think the count that is being shown is only of one platform, so I'm not able to share the other counts. Lovely. Coming back to the context that we're talking about for tools today. Why tools? What are tools? And how tools can actually help you to live an integrated life? Well, the beauty here is, let's understand, let's go back maybe 30, 40, 50 years. Because when we talk about life, life is not today. Life has been there for ages. And what we are talking, me and Bharti, has been from Upanishads. We've been talking about Vedas. We've been talking about the mythologies that we've been listening, and we've been talking about ancient wisdom when it comes to living an integrated life. So let's go back maybe 30, 40, 50 years. Earlier, people used to walk maybe kilometers, maybe miles to get water for themselves. Later, they started discovering some tools and started digging wells. What happened? They started digging wells closer to them. They started having water available to them very close. Years went by and we discovered wheels. We converted them into a pulley, resulting, we started using pulleys. So the tools made life easier. The wives were more happier and they could spend more time with the family. Again, work life balance or work life integration, leading to sense of fulfillment, happiness, and gratitude. But going forward, human being advanced in technology and they discovered a mechanical way to pump out the water using electricity and mechanical pumps. Bravo! That was a brilliant joy. The water came out automatically just by a switch of a button. Well, it didn't stop there. They got invented into pipes. The pipes went directly to the homes. Taps were invented, and open the tap and the water is there because they started filling the water in the tank up in the home, and the technology again made their life easier and simple. So going back with such an important or such a simple example, tools and technologies have been with us since ages. You talk about Stone Age, we had tools. You talk about any part of our life, we have tools for everything. But the point here is how to use the tools and how much to use the tools is what we're going to share today. Over to you, Bharti, to share your perspective.
Thank you so much. And it was lovely to share these examples because you ask a doctor not to use tools and just do the consulting work. Or you ask a dentist, please don't use tools and just do your work. Or you ask an engineer to do that. Or you ask a homemaker to do that. Or any profession. If you ask anybody to do not use tools and just do their work, it would be impossible. Why? Because tools are they are an integral part of our life, and they are our necessity. Why? Because we make our life easy by using these tools and technology and techniques. The problem comes when we start overdoing it. The problem happens when we get dependent on these tools and technology or these techniques. That is where the problem starts happening, because we need to differentiate the very basic element, that is, these tools are making my life, making my workplace easy. They are part of my necessity, not a part of my want, or not a part of my something that I should, or it's like good to have. They're not part of that. If they are part of your must have, if they're part of your your job making it easy, then yes, that is where tools comes into picture. So if you want to live an integrated life, and you need to have a productive mindset, you need to be proactive in your approach. But to do that, have those right tools in your place that will help you. Something what Sagar mentioned about a pulley, and then moving forward to a newer technology. So if you're using a newer technology, you are saving two to three things. One, you're saving your time, you're saving your efforts, your energy, which is fantastic. The question is, if you are saving something, where are you utilizing that time? Where are you utilizing that energy? Are you doing something which will yield a growth or progress or good opportunities, expansion, or it is going to really help you in some kind of progress, or it is just to have a good means? That's it. So that is where the tools and the techniques, the technology comes into play. How are you actually helping yourself in deciding what tools will help me and what tools are just for the sake of having it either on the laptop or on the mobile phone? Like if you just open your mobile phone and check how many applications do you have and when was the last did you use that application, you will be able to
Wow.
list down the applications which you have not even used for more than 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, but they are still there. What for? Occupying your space in the mobile phone, occupying your space in your brain that, oh, I have an app. It's good to have. I can show it to somebody and say that, yes, I have this app. But is it a utility purpose? Does it have any usage that is going to help you? That's where the focus is. Because if you're not doing it, then it's an unnecessary space that is occupied. Now
Absolutely.
let's understand when we say tools, there are a lot of tools that helps us in thinking in certain direction. There are tools that will help you in managing your emotions. There are tools that helps you in understanding how we do certain things. That will help us in growth. That will help us in moving forward. Are you aware about those tools? Are you using those tools? And do you really want to use those tools so that you become more and more successful in your life? And those tools becomes your main part. And that's what the tools we are focusing right now today. Yes, Sagar, over to you.
Absolutely, bang on, Bharti, because tools have been an integrated part. And I'm sure while you were talking about not overdoing to the tools, I was playing here with some of the tools that I have in the light. And I'm sure that formed a little bit of distraction. If yes, that's exactly what Bharti was trying to tell you, that you have tools, I have lights, I have switches. If I keep playing with it, it's overdoing the tools. And why we should not overdo the tools, or why should we use the tools, I'll give you a very, very relevant example while we are talking here. We all use WhatsApp, isn't it? If you're using WhatsApp, please share it with us that yes, you're using WhatsApp. If no, brilliant, you have saved so much of your time. So let me tell you what is overkill in WhatsApp. There are certain clients or there are certain customers that I visit, and they say that they have a fantastic way of communication within their team. And the manager feels that he's on the go with everything, and everyone is reporting, and everything is going perfectly okay. All what I see is for every single project, for every single group, for every single event, for every single task, he's created a WhatsApp group. At the end, the team is so much frustrated with multiple groups, but they can't say anything. And what happens? Anything that comes up next, there comes a WhatsApp group. So, what am I talking about here, or why am I talking about WhatsApp? Well, WhatsApp is a tool, WhatsApp is a technology. Now, when we talk about these kind of tools and technology, what is it leading to? It's leading to an overkill. You think that you're being proactive by creating a group. You think you're being productive by creating a group, communicating everything. But imagine having 7, 8 groups and multiplying information on those 7, 8 groups. It's an overkill. While at the same time, when you talk about dentist performing, like Bharti said, or you talk about an engineer performing, or even me and Bharti coming live on this show and performing that with you, if we don't use tools, of course, we are not going to reach out to you. The engineer will not be able to do the things, or the dentist will not be able to do the job. But imagine an engineer using so many tools that he's only occupied using the tools and not his brain, and he's losing his creativity or even his human touch. Pointless. So, yes, tools are very important, technology is very important, but at the same time, remember not to overdo and remember not to overkill it. So, while we talk about WhatsApp, which are the other tools or which are the other technologies do you think have been abused, misused, or overused by you or by people around you? Do share it without giving their name, of course, and getting into any controversies, but do share it in the comments for all of us to explore together that what kind of overuse of tools kills productivity, what kind of tools that are being abused or misused kills the sense of fulfillment, happiness, and gratitude within the life. What kind of tools are actually not required in your daily life, right? So, having said that, we can list down the tools like Bharti said that you have not used in last 3 years. Of course, they are overused. They're blocking up your digital space. There are certain tools that you might have paid for. Are you actually using them? The answer sometimes comes no. Let me give you a very simple example here. As simple as a smartphone. I'm sure all of you have a smartphone. If you have a smartphone, you can share which smartphone you use or why you use a smartphone. I had a very, very interesting experience. I met a gentleman and I showed him a picture which I had taken with my mobile phone, which covered the whole stadium where we went. And he was actually shocked to see how did I click that picture. Now, of course, all of you might be aware that there is something called as a panorama mode in your mobile phone. It's been there since ages. Now, this gentleman claimed to me that he is a techno freak and he uses a smartphone and he loves technology and he keeps updated himself with the latest smartphone. And when I showed him this panorama effect, and I also showed him that you can have two or three images of yourself while you stand at one, and while you're taking panorama, go behind me and stand again on the second corner, and there'll be two similar people of you in the same image just by using a panorama image. And he was shocked, it can't be possible. And I said, yes, it's possible, we can do it. So what I did, I told him to stand at the first starting point of the panorama. While I was moving the panorama, I told him to turn around or turn behind me and stand at the end of the second 180 degree. And it came out two similar images, two identical images of the same guy. And he was shocked and he was elated with the technology. So, friends, what I'm trying to tell you is you have everything with you. Are you actually using it? Do you need so much of technology? If not, don't use it. What happened next? He started abusing it. For every single photograph, he started taking panorama pictures. Not required, right? It's not necessary. So that is what we need to understand, that yes, we need tools. We know why do we need tools. We need to identify what kind of tools do we need to use. We need to understand what kind of tools will help us to build our productivity, be proactive, and lead the integrated life. For very, very simple example, I can tell you a simple tool which can help you to create amazing video content. I'm sure you all have heard the name of Big View. Now, mind it, this is not sponsored, or I'm not saying this as a marketing thing for Big View or anything. I'm not getting paid by Big View for this. But I use Big View to create my tools. The benefit of that tool is it helps you to put subtitles automatically. It helps you to create certain filters. It helps you to even put intro and outro in the video. And with one single tool, you can actually create amazing looking professional videos. Now, that tool can be abused or overused, that for every single thing you start using Big View, or for every single thing you start putting subtitles. Need not be there. Sometimes we also need to use tools to help each other or to do certain works faster. Let me share a video with you which can explain how tools can actually enhance our productivity, give us happiness, gratitude, and sense of fulfillment. Now, that can only make our life better and give a sense of fulfillment, but it can also lead to making other people happy. So I was in London working with a group of people, and I thought that yes, I'm a speaker. While I'm a speaker, they're setting everything up. Why not go and help them out? So here's what I did to help them out, and they were elated with that. So let me show you a video. Hi, job is to pull all the chairs. I can either pull them one by one or use the T, which is tools, to be more productive. Let me show you how. And off you go. Thank you. So Bharti, it was that simple. While I was a speaker, I was trying to, wait for the event. I just went ahead to check the setup and everything. And I thought, why not help them out? Why not, just be a part of the team and get connected with them, build that network? Because in the evening, it's going to help me, because the gratitude that they will have will always help me to get better technical, better support, and better, just the human touch. And it actually made a lot of difference. So, what do you think about this, Bharti? What are your reflections on how and what should be the technology use?
But that was amazing. And as a speaker, when you go, behind the stage and you go and meet all the technical people and you help, it really makes a great difference. And I really loved the video. It was such a simple and easy way of utilizing it. And that's exactly what the power of tool is. It can help you to a great extent, and it can really make you slave. I have come across a lot of my friends. They are so excited, enthusiastic, and so curious driven. Any new software, any new application that will come in the market, they would want to check it out. They are curious to find out what are the applications, what are the ways that they can use it, what are the features, and how differently they can use. It is good. It is good to explore. It is good to have that information and you be on top of it. It may help you, maybe in future you know already what tool you may need it for certain situations, so you are aware about it. That information is good. But where it is leading you to, are you going to live your life only in exploring these kind of applications and softwares and tools and just be with it, having that information, just collecting the information and just be with it? Or are you really going to apply them? Are you really going to find out the tool that is going to help you and save something? Maybe save your money, save your time, save your efforts, save your energy. And that is what you can utilize somewhere else. And it's really sometimes hilarious to see people getting caught up, getting stuck with technology, getting stuck, dependent, robotic with the tools that they have. And that is sometimes it really kills the show. It really kills what Sagar really mentioned, that the human touch, you're really missing it. And I remember there was one incident, a very funny incident. That was a time when we had this new emails, email system, email management uh, that came into it. I'm talking about a few years back, and I was sitting in my office. We all colleagues were there, and we had our laptops, we had our desktops, we had configured emails, and this was like a new things that had started like few years, and we were into this email management and all.
Mm-hmm.
But there are old timers who don't believe in technology so quickly. So here, this person, one of my colleague, here he is sending an email, and the moment he will press the send, he will immediately run towards the person, maybe sitting four chairs or into a different department, and will say, "I've sent you an email. Just please check your inbox. I've sent you an email." And that was hilarious because every time he will go and he'll ask the person to check that there is an email from him. Now, are you really using that tool effectively? Or are you simply not utilizing it by not relying or not really trusting the tool? So there are two ways to look at the tools. One, it should make your life easy. Say, for example, if you want to express your gratitude, if you really want to make somebody's special moments like birthdays, anniversaries, remember, make them special. You can schedule it simply on a Google Calendar. You can schedule their birthdays. Instead of sending them a reminder, just send them a scheduled email, a personalized message that you have written for them, and then put it. You there's a possibility where you can schedule it for a year, and you have like 50, 60, or 100 people who are so important in your life. You can just schedule them, and you can send them their personalized birthday wishes. Now that's a smart way of using tool, where you are not occupied, you are not putting your brain into thinking or reminders, but you already have scheduled it through Google Calendar, and it's such an easy way to do it. And it becomes personalized, so people go into that special mode where they're saying that, oh, she remembers my birthday. There's a special and personalized email from her, and this is what makes it different. And that's a smart way of using a tool, but are we utilizing that tool? That's the question. So, when you have made the list of the tools that you have and you are using them, find out how effective are you using, how efficiently that is helping you in your work or in your life, or are they just be there as a showpiece in some of the nice cupboards or showcases that you have? They're just lying there because people do buy gadgets, people do buy tools, but then they are just lying there. They're not being utilized fully, completely. And so is our human brain. Are we utilizing this human brain that we have, which is a very effective tool? Are we using that very effectively, or we are just, it's there and we just know a little bit about it and that's it? We don't know much about it. We don't know the language of the brain that the brain speaks. But that's the effective tool that we can explore. And that is something that we can look for. Yes, Sagar. You're on mute, Sagar.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I said that was a fantastic point which you talked about human brain as a tool, because most of the time we only talk about tool. The first thing that comes about is applications, mechanical tools, electronic gadgets, and many other things which can be used as tools. But the interesting fact is, our mind, our brain, is a most powerful tool. And that's where we all hear that people talk about mindset. Why? Because when you develop a certain mindset that you are willing to grow in life, or you're willing to, explore in life, or you're willing to be productive in life, or you want to be just be emotionally stable or be even mindful, everything is a game of mindset. And that is where we talk about the most sophisticated yet the most priceless tool, which is our brain. And people actually sometimes don't use it because they rely too much on the technology outside. While talking about that, the food for brain comes from knowledge. It comes from various books that we read. It sometimes lies in our cupboard, and it just stays there. What do we do with those books as a tool? These books are also a tool for us to grow, a tool for us to become wiser, a tool for us to be more intelligent and use our intelligence to serve others. Like me and Bharti have been reading a lot, and after utilizing the integrated life concept for almost 6 to 8 months in our life, we thought, why not create a show? So while we are sharing this knowledge with you, using the tools that we have and making our life full of happiness by sharing this knowledge with you and giving this to you, that is exactly what you should use knowledge for. Even the knowledge that you have is a tool. Now, that is a beauty. Now, when it comes to tool, like Bharti said, simple Google Calendar or simple Google email or any other Outlook email, which helps you to schedule your post, personalized email, personalized birthday reminders during your free time, you're actually thinking to be more productive. You're being proactive by doing it in advance when you have a free time, but you're also having a productive mindset because you're trying to personalize it for everyone. And that leads to a lot of happiness to the person receiving it at the other end. Now, we all know that Canva is available, and Canva is available for the good creatives, but do we actually invest time to make birthday gifts or birthday calendars or birthday creators for our friends using Canva? Very few people do that. So we talk about tools, we talk about technology, but there's something which is also selfish. We only become selfish that we use it only for our social medias or for our events or for our creatives. Why not for birthday wishes? Why not for housewarming parties? Why not for calling friends over? Why not for just making fun at a wedding speech using some creative thing, showing it up on the thing, and share it with the world. That's what tools are for, to be creative, to connect and have that human connection, have that human touch. But sometimes these tools and technologies can be very, very harmful. I'm coming again and again and talking about overdue of the tools is because nowadays, I'm sure you would have heard about Google tracking each and every move that you do using your Android phone. Forget about that. The incognito mode, which we all thought is not being traced, is also being traced. And there's a recent case on Google where they actually lost approximately, if I'm right, 5,000 crore dollars, which resulted into, if I convert into Indian rupees with the figure of 80, it's 40,000 crore rupees was a lawsuit where Google had to pay. And that is in news recently, which means even our incognito mode on Google is being traced. So we need to be very, very cautious about what kind of technology are we using. I'm sure we all use Alexa in our homes. How many times have you experienced that you're not even talking, hey Alexa, you're not talking even Alexa, you're not speaking, okay Google, and Alexa actually replies to what you have been talking. For example, just 2 days ago, I had Alexa being gifted by one of my client as a part of the December month and other stuff. And I started using it, connecting it with Wi-Fi. And I was talking to my friend about how to create dashboards and how not to invest into, too many applications. And simple Excel sheet can help to build dashboards. And the minute I said the word Excel, Alexa started talking about what is the meaning of Excel, what Excel means to human being, how people can excel in their life. And I was shocked, which means the technology that we had in our house was listening to each and every conversation that we are having. Where is that recording being done? Who is using that voice? And how is that conversation that I do in my house, maybe sometimes using very, very sensitive information, being misused? So if you're using such technologies, my humble request, switch off the devices when they are not in use. Unplug them. It's always important and better to understand how you can safeguard your own data, how you can safeguard your own personal security, your own personal information, and don't be the result of getting scammed or being, misused by technology. Having said that, using Alexa also saves a lot of time in, making home automation, switching off lights, switching on lights, getting the work done, playing the music just by the word of it, and many other stuff. So everything has positives and negatives in life. You need to evaluate, you need to, keep the checks and balances in place and ensure that you use it to an optimum level and not something which goes beyond the optimum level. Talking about which, let's talk about how you can actually make use of tools or make use of not using the tools. So I give you an example. Let's say I have to buy vegetables. The choice or the option I have is drive a car, pick up the vegetables, come back home. Or the second option is every Sunday there's a local market that happens 20 minutes from my house. The option I have is go on a Sunday, walk with my wife for those 20 minutes, have a good chat with her, and talk one-on-one conversation where we can hold hands, keep walking, go around, and merrily spend that lovey-dovey time together, and create those moments for us. Get vegetables, do the shopping, get the fresh vegetables from the local market, come back for 20 minutes. So that's 40 minutes of pure quality time with your spouse. Did I use the tool? Of course not. But I made the use of that time to live an integrated life. Same way, if you really want to do good cooking, use the tools which are available. So rather than using the old technologies, go for the better technologies which can cook food faster, healthier, and in a better way, save time. And again, you can spend time with your family. But there comes the idiot box. the fantastic tool or the technology which takes away the most loved time of the dinner. Most of the people in their families would have the TV ons and sit in front of the TV and eat. Sometimes they even don't know what they are eating or what they're doing. Why? Because they want to watch TV the whole day. They're not been doing anything and they want to just get relaxed. Well, my friend, the tool and the technology is taking you away from your family. So it is up to you to evaluate when to use the tool and when not to use the tool, how to use the tool and how not to use the tool, and how it can help you to lead an integrated life. Bharti, when it comes to tool, and I'm sure when it comes to NLP, I'm sure you have something under your sleeve which talks about the connection of mind, being mindful, or using certain technical skills of NLP to use the tools proactively and more efficiently.
Yes, Sagar. As you rightly mentioned, our human brain is a fantastic tool. The question is, are we utilizing it well? Are we really applying the brain that we have? How it helps us in thinking differently, how it helps us in bringing those right emotions. So a very simple way is uh, the language of our brain. The brain understands one language, and that is the language of pictures, symbols, and images. If you understand the simple way of how the brain understands the world, how the brain functions, it will be much easier for you to instruct your brain. So let's understand that if you have a laptop at home, how do you use your laptop? Unless and until you press the button, it won't switch on. Unless and until you type something, it won't show you. Unless and until you search for the specific document, it won't open. So that means you are giving exact specific command to the tool, and that's how the tool is working optimum for you. And that's how you're utilizing the tool. Similarly, do you know what is the switch off or a switch on of your human brain? Or do you know that how to instruct, what kind of language your brain understands, and how to give those instructions, how to really give that command or orders to the brain? Because brain is a tool after all, and we are the masters, and that's why the mindful thinking, the mindset shift, all these things comes into play. Why? Because we need to understand how effectively are we using these tools. If you want to be proactive, if you want to be productive, having that mindset is important. And we want to do that because we want to live that life, the integrated life that we have. So, if you understand that your brain has the simple language of images, pictures, and symbols, convert anything into image, your brain will immediately understand and will remember. So, for example, if you want to teach a child a spelling, a spelling of, say, beautiful. Now, if you keep on telling the child, this is the spelling, Beautiful, and you ask the child to repeat it, the child will do a rote memory and say, okay, I'll repeat it 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, and that's about it. The next day, the child will forget. But if you convert the word beautiful into an image or a picture, you write it with a big font and you show it to the child and say, this is the spelling. Let few seconds, let the child look at that picture, look at that entire word written on a board or written on some white paper with a big font. Let that get converted into an image, into a picture, and then ask the child, okay, now you look at carefully the letters, how they are placed. It is Beautiful. And that's how the child's brain will remember that as an image, not as just a word. Now, that's the effective, powerful way of using the tool that you have. So, any command that you want to give, any instruction that you want to give to the brain, do you have the exact image or a picture that you want? Otherwise, how are you going to give a command or an instruction? So, say a lot of people say that yes, we want to buy a car, we want to buy a bungalow, but we are clueless, we don't know how. Of course, you don't know how because right now the path is not clear. But do you have the clarity? Do you have the clarity of your goal? Do you really, when we say that you want to live an integrated life, do you visualize it, how that integrated life is going to be? Can you imagine that when you have the sense of fulfillment, how that feels for you? How that how that looks for you when you say, I have that sense of fulfillment. I have that happiness and joy in my life. I have that sense of gratitude towards everything and everybody. How does that life looks like? Do you have that image? Do you have that entire picture in your brain? If you have that clarity, your brain will understand it and will give you that kind of results, and you will automatically use it. If you don't have that clarity, the picture is missing, the image is missing, your brain is getting confused, and now your brain doesn't know which command to operate on, which instruction to use, and then it will go on a random direction. So that's the best way to utilize your brain, which is an effective tool. And similarly, there are many tools that we can use it to manage our emotions, to manage our ways of doing things. There are different ways that we can utilize the knowledge that we have. There are different ways that we can utilize the skills that we have. The key is not about the knowledge and the skills. The key is which tool, which knowledge are you combining it to give results. That is where the effective part comes in, and that is how why we are doing this entire talk show and using all those 26 elements that will help you is because of this. We really look at people having that integrated life. We want to bring in that sense of fulfillment. We want to bring in that sense of joy and happiness in their life and really get the sense of gratitude. So when you look at all the elements that we have shared right from A to T, you will know it. You will look at the checklist, you will look at the videos, and the best effective way that we have done is we have put all these things into a very effective tool called website. So the moment you go to worldwideweb.theintegratedlife.co.in, you will come across all the episodes so far that we have given. 20 episodes is all there on the website. So one click and you have all the 20 episodes. You go one by one, or you go random, or you go to checklist, you will have answers. You will find out solutions, possibilities, one story, one case study, or one example, and you will get an aha moment that, oh, yes, this is what I was looking for. And that's how the whole talk show has been designed. And that's the effective tool that we are using. Similarly, when you go to the website, you will come across email addresses. You can directly connect us through email IDs. You can write it us as much as you want and let us know that what is it that you are facing, what kind of situations are you facing, what kind of tools are you using, how effective or not effective. And that is how we will be able to help you in making your life most integrated way, and that's why we are here for. So here is what you can do is you can simply click on the website and go to that website, see all the episodes. If you want to connect to any of if you want to connect to any one of us or maybe both of us, you have the email addresses there. You can simply write in whatever you want, and we will help you, we will support you, guide you in whatever best way that we can. Yes, Sagar.
Absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. That yes, we have a tool for you, which is the World Wide Web. Now, to just summarize it, that even customer service, even as a very, very simple tool that I recently experienced. Let me pull out if I can and share it with you. So recently I traveled at Heathrow, Terminal 5, and this is how actually they gave us our baggage tags. And, this is how the boarding pass was given directly. And it was a completely automated system of printing your boarding pass, getting your baggage tag. Similar in Dubai experience, you can actually load your bag by yourself using complete automation. There is absolutely no person to talk to you to check and completely, what they call is contactless. The catch here was the technology was brilliant. Now, my bag, the allowance was 23 kgs, one bag, 23 kgs, another bag, and 7 kgs in hand luggage. I was carrying zero hand luggage. which means I still had 7 kgs spare. But in my bag, I had 23 kgs and 200 grams, which was just 200 grams extra in case of 7 kgs spare weight. Had it been a human being on the other side of the counter, I would have discussed and they would have allowed, because earlier, while I was going, it was absolutely allowed. I had 23 kgs and some 400 grams extra. Again, the 7 kgs in my hand was zero. I was not carrying any hand luggage or check-in baggage. The human being said, "It's okay, fair enough, I'll let it go." The machine did not allow me even the 200 kgs extra. I had to remove that 200 grams and put it in my bag and take it through. And then after I checked everything in, the machine says, "Oh, you can do a free check-in for your hand baggage or for your check-in luggage, and it's free. You can do it." And I was like, "Duh, you could have at least allowed me the 200 kg before I go. You're a lucky man." Well, the experience as far as customer service was concerned was not very good. But coming to technology, it was absolutely efficient, brilliant, saving of my time. And it was absolutely a very, very efficient and effective way of managing it. At the same time, I'm sure Bharti would be running in her mind that why was Sagar not being proactive? The proactivity coach, yes, I agree, that was my mistake. I could have checked my weight before I left my home. I could have used a tool called weighing scale, checked if it is 200 grams higher. I would have been more safer by keeping it 200 grams less and ensuring that I don't get the problem. So yes, Bharti, we had this conversation and I wanted to share with you that while you can use a technology, you need to be proactive in using the tools. A small weighing scale, which was already with me, I could have used it. And guess what? I would have saved myself from the trouble. So, to live an integrated life full of happiness, gratitude, and sense of fulfillment, be proactive to use the right tools, have the productive mindset to use the right tools, and that leads to the integrated life. And that's exactly the combination which me and Bharti bring along every single episode. Be proactive, have a productive mindset, and integrate both of them to live the integrated life. So, as Bharti has rightly said, the link is right below. You can check it. And it's time for us now to say goodbyes. So, we will tune in again, same time, same place, same channel, same LinkedIn, same Facebook, same faces, but with yet another episode of an exciting tool to make your life better and to help you live the integrated life. Till then, good night, good afternoon, good morning, or good day from wherever you're joining us. If you're listening this episode right now, or if you're listening this episode later, do let us know your feedback, and we will be happy to answer any of your queries or questions that you have, which stops you from living the integrated life. So this is me signing off, and over to you, Bharti.
Thank you so much, and it was lovely. And we look forward to every Tuesday 9 p.m. And I really wonder, after we complete this talk show, after 6, 7 episodes, how are we going to utilize our Tuesday 9 p.m. time? Because this is really going to be a very, very important part of our lives, at least. So, till then, see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m., with another episode. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of your loved one, take care of yourselves. And this is where you can utilize the tools effectively. Thank you so much, and
Absolutely.
see you next Tuesday. Bye bye.
Well, we have the last comment, I think, from Mr. Raghunathan, who said a very relevant topic, wholesome, holistic presentation. Thank you, Mr. Raghunath. That gives us a lot of encouragement. We also had Mr. Nair saying he is joining us from Kerala. And we had one of our friend, Anir Basu, who said hi to us from LinkedIn. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. And we look forward to your comments on our social media pages. Till then, take care, goodbye, and we will be joining us very soon.